Jayme, thank you for joining us today. It looks like there are many positive times ahead now Brazil has exited a 2-year recession. How do you think this will impact corporate venturing in the country?
Well, you are totally right about that. I mean, in the last quarter, we are just seeing some positive signs that we are not seeing in the few to 24 months, the past 24 months. We are generating new jobs. The last number of last month, it was about 60K. We are also seeing the very first growing in the economic activity, the GDP. We have had a surplus of 1.1%. On the top of that, it's important to notice that we didn't see the impact of recession when it comes about the tech activity and the corporate venture activity in Brazil. It was totally the opposite. I mean, from 2014 to 2016, and as of now, we are seeing a boom in the activity of the country. We have seen that at least 10 funds were launched by different corporations. Should that be international or should that be truly genuine Brazilian companies? Also, we are seeing a lot of corporations that are trying to understand how they can work with entrepreneurs through founding new open innovation programs or acceleration programs. So it's a great time to explore and understand the country.
It's great to hear about such a positive-looking trend. How is Apex-Brasil influencing the corporate venturing landscape in the country? It's clearly something that the Brazilian government really wants to encourage.
Yes, for sure. By our side, being the Brazilian Trade Promotion Investment Agency, we are just trying to understand how we can facilitate that international corporates can interact with the Brazilian innovation and investments ecosystem. And we understand that this is by building bridges and connections with the players in Brazil and these international corporations that are looking for deal flow and opportunities. That's why we have launched together with Global Corporate Venturing Group in partnership with James Queiroz, this initiative that we call Corporate Venture in Brazil. And the idea is to bring delegations that would like to get these connections built up in the country every year so they can interact with the VC community, with entrepreneurs, accelerators, incubators, and everybody else.
So, like you mentioned, once again this year, Global Corporate Venturing will be bringing a delegation of corporate venturing leaders to the country. What should they expect from their time in Sao Paulo?
Well, they may expect a great time there where we can put forward a completely tailor-made agenda based on their thesis investment. Should that be with entrepreneurs? Should that be with people from the ecosystem that can add value and provide information about how to do and scale business in Brazil, and also provide access to such deal flow that it's of interest of these corporations, and not to mention the content and the updates about what is happening in the corporate venture and venture capital scene in Brazil.
Finally, are there any other initiatives you would like to share that the Brazilian government are currently working on?
Yes, for sure. It's important to notice that it's not only Apex-Brasil that has noticed that we have 100 million people online right now, that we have more than 5K startups. Some dare to say that we have more than 7K startups. We also have 40 VCs very active and more than 300 incubators truly beginning to generate tech in partnership with universities and all sort of players of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So based on these numbers and perspectives, the National Bank of Development has understood that it's the time for our ecosystem, our venture capital ecosystem, to give its next step. For that, we need the partnership and the presence of big corporations for bigger checks and more exits. That's why the bank is open to commit money to corporations that would like to set Brazilian funds. They have done that with 3 cases and they are looking for more partners. On the top of that, there is also the opportunity for the Industry 4.0 and advanced manufacturing. Our National Agency for Industrial Development has just launched a full program that will support corporations to partnership with startups. And in order to make this to happen and diminish the risk, the agency will provide the money so that the proof of concepts and the pilots can just happen in partnership with the corporations and the entrepreneurs. These are just 2 examples of what the government is doing.
Well, I'm sure there will be plenty of corporate venturers interested in joining the delegation in October. So, Jayme, thank you very much.
Thank you.